Hey, I've got another update here on my dividend investing portfolio. So if you're new to the channel, what I do is every week or so, sometimes twice a week, I'm adding in a few $100s to my account, and I'm just buying more Canadian dividend paying stocks and recording it in this Google Sheet and using Wealthsimple Trade to buy and sell. So yeah, in this video, we're looking at my current stock value of about just over $12,200. I've got $500 in cash, but I'm only going to be spending about half of that today because I want to save some for next week as well. But yeah, in the last 6 months or so, you can see that the dividends have been increasing. I've received about a total of $94 in dividends, and if you include that with the appreciation of stock value, then I've gone up about almost $600, and that means that based on my net deposits, I'm up just shy of 5% overall. So my account average yield of all of the dividend stocks is just over 4%, and that means that I'm looking at an annual dividend income of about $500, and that's using the forward annual dividend based on what I see in Yahoo Finance. But yeah, the sectors here, you can see obviously utilities are my biggest sector, and I'm going to be buying more today. I'm really trying to keep it below 30% because I see a lot of other people keeping utilities as a tiny fraction, but honestly, they're just very strong stocks and there's some really good buys this week, so I'm just going to go with them anyways. And then here, when we look at the holdings, yeah, it's relatively even. Fortis is definitely the biggest one there, and there's a couple other big ones, Bell as well. But let's actually take a look at some of the positions in the portfolio tab. So here I have it right now organized to be in chronological order of when I purchased them, and I keep track of that basically in column A here with just a number. So I'm holding 33 positions at the moment. But if we switch this to maybe something more meaningful, like based on the biggest percentage of my pie, you can see that Fortis and Bell here are the biggest, and Emera, Algonquin Power, and so on. When we get down towards the bottom of the list here, you can see this is decreasing, and a lot of the stocks here are even less than 1 or 2% of my overall portfolio. But if I just organize it maybe with a different metric as well, let's maybe go with the overall percent here. So let's put the highest winners at the top and take a look. So these are pretty awesome to see, like some of them are over 40%, 30%, but you can see here as well, when you compare it to the actual amount of money gained and lost, you know, it's kind of, it depends on how much money I've put in as to how much importance I should give this. Like with H&R Real Estate, I'm up 43%, but I only put in about $100 at the beginning. But that's actually kind of funny because I remember when I bought them, they had just crashed, and I was thinking like, this is probably the stupidest thing I can do right now, so I'm just going to put in 100 and see what happens. But it's turning out to be pretty okay. And yeah, some of the other big winners here, like TFI International and CCL Industries, I found out about these stocks from other YouTube videos as well, and so that's really nice. Like, I'm watching a bunch of videos too and learning from them, and yeah, it's just really nice that we can kind of all share, give some of our perspectives and points of view and experiences, and then we can all kind of learn from each other and hopefully win together. But yeah, when we come down here and scroll and take a look at some of the biggest losers this week, we can see some pretty big negative numbers here as well. So Algonquin Power and Utilities is down almost 8% from my average price. Yeah, a couple of these, this is a little bit concerning. Interjex was actually down about 10% for me yesterday, but I was in buying a few stocks yesterday, and so I think I just picked up, what was it? Yeah, just two. I felt like 10%. I had some cash in the account, and I was just going to jump on that. You know, even if it keeps dropping, that's okay. I'll ride it down, but that was something that I wanted to do as well. But today, I think with the $250 that I'm looking to spend, Algonquin Power and Utilities is a no-brainer for me. And then also I'm looking here at Northland Power. I really don't want to be holding so many utility stocks, but these are both, you know, 2 out of the 3 biggest, or cheapest stocks for me right now based on my average price. And they're looking okay in the very long term. I'm actually quite happy to be picking up more Northland Power because this is a monthly dividend stock. And I just like monthly dividends, so I'm hoping to just add some more of those. I don't really need the cash right now. Like, what I do with all of the dividends is I just reinvest the dividends every time they're deposited into my Wealthsimple account, and then just the next time I go and buy stocks, if I deposited, let's say $250, and then there's like $5 from a dividend, now I'm just going to use that $255 to go ahead with the next purchase. So they all kind of just get absorbed into the next round, and I'm slowly getting that compounding effect. But I think just for later on, later down the road, I do want to be having a lot of monthly dividends, like, you know, decades down the road, so I might as well start getting them now so I don't have to worry about switching and stuff. But anyways, let's jump into Wealthsimple Trade, which is the broker that I use, and I use it because it's a no-fee trading app in Canada. It's really nice. I enjoy using it, and also, yeah, just not paying fees is is great. There's a link in the description below if you'd like to try it out. But otherwise, let's just go and get started here. So first I want to take, let's say NPI, Northland Power. And yeah, they've dropped a little bit today, but overall, when we look at this in the last month, we're down in a bit of a dip right here. And so I want to take advantage of that. So I'm going to pick up 3 just at a market buy. I'm going to place that order. Cool. The next thing to do is, I think I'll take AQN. So Algonquin Power and Utilities. And again, they're also experiencing a pretty big dip right here. We can switch around a little bit. Even today they're dropping, so that's cool. I'm definitely, yeah, I'm taking that right now. So with these guys, I also want to put in about half of what I had, so let's take 6. And that's going to be about $114, so that's cool. I'm going to place the order with a market buy. And I don't mind using market buys because it's, like, these are just already quite a few percent below my average price. So even if it jumps like by 1% or something, which it probably, I don't know, it might, it's not going to destroy me. And also I'm only trading like $100 or something. So in the event it does swing by 1% and it costs me an extra $1, that's not something that I'm too concerned about. Now, I think I was looking to spend $250, so I have another $250 to spend next week. So I've got a little bit left over. I have one stock in here that I wanted to pick up, just Northwest Health. These guys are pretty cheap REIT. At least I can feel good about buying something that's not a utility today. I should have bought them, when is that, a couple days ago. That's okay. I think I did actually, but yeah, I'm just going to take one. That's fine. Just take that at a market buy and place the order. So I can feel good that I put like at least 5% of my money like not into utilities right now. So yeah, sweet. Let's switch back to Google Sheets. And then I want to go and log these transactions in the transactions tab. So first of all, we had TSC Northland Power. If you're using this sheet, always include the ticker. Basically, if you're using Google Sheets for stocks, always include the ticker here. Like, for example, you can see there's one up here, NASDAQ. It's just going to work so much better if you're including the ticker versus just writing NPI and hoping that it knows which market you're talking about. So anyways, today is March 5th, 2021, and I picked up 3 of these at a price of, it ended up being 42.08, and I don't pay a trading commission, and my fees were paid, or the transaction was in Canadian dollars. For AQN, also put in the TSE, AQN, and today is March 5th, 2021. That one should actually be the 5th as well. I don't know what happened there. These guys just picked up 6, and it ended up being 19.03. I find these in the Wealthsimple Trade notifications or in the email that you get from them. I paid Canadian dollars. And then for Northwest Health Properties, TSC NWH.UN. Again, this is March 5th, 2021. And I just picked up one of these at a price of 12.46. That was the actual buy price, and paid 0 for trading, and that was used in Canadian dollars. Okay, cool. So now that all of the transactions are logged, I just go back to the summary page and just check what's been updated here. And mostly I'm looking for the annual dividend income. And if you remember at the beginning of the video, it was about $505, and now it's sitting at $514, almost $515. So based on the trades that I just did, the annual income has jumped up by about $9 or almost $10, and that's great. Next week, when I come and put in another $250, it's going to jump up again. And then I think one of these weeks too, I'm going to make a video talking about how to manually check if the dividends are increasing or decreasing, because that's something that you still have to do manually. There isn't a Google Finance function for it, but basically most stocks are going to be having dividends that are increasing, especially into the long term in the future. So this number is going to continue growing when I'm contributing, and also with just generally the dividend growth. So anyways, guys, that's it for this video. If you want to try out Wealthsimple Trade, there's a link in the description. And also there's a link to get this spreadsheet. If you like the way it looks and you want to try using it, there's a link in the description too. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit a thumbs up, and I will see you next week.